Hi everyone, welcome back to a new episode of the Your Next Level podcast. I'm your host, Insaaf, and I'm so happy that you are here listening to this week's podcast episode. Today's episode is all about joy. So whether you are looking to increase in your gratitude practice or looking for some inspiration, in today's episode, I am going to share with you the 24 things that brought me joy, that the moments that made me feel really happy in 2024. When I did this, it took me probably 10 to 15 minutes and it made me so happy. So that's why I thought, let me share it with you today. And I would like to give you some homework once you're done listening to this podcast episode for you to go and write down the 24 things that brought you joy in 2024. It's not a long list, it's only 24 things, and I promise, I guarantee you that you're not going to want to stop writing. And if you go or beyond 24 things, then by all means go for it if you have more things to celebrate. But me doing this, it brought me so much joy. So without further ado, let's get into the things that brought me happiness in 2024. So I have my journal. This is a new journal that my boyfriend got me, and I thought, you know what, so firstly I write in my journal. The first thing I write in my journal, if you are on video, maybe you can see it. It basically just says on the first page, everything I write in this book comes true. So this is going to be my manifestation visualization journal for 2025. So I thought, what better way to open up this journal than to write the 24 things that made me happy in 2024. Okay, so the first thing is attending poetry class. So I signed up for poetry with Chelsea Diane. Her poetry classes are all about, she teaches women about women. So she would teach you about Cleopatra, how Cleopatra lived her life and the truth about Cleopatra as an example. And she's taught several women, and her classes, from the moment that I attended a class, it just made me feel so sexy, and it just made me remember who I am. I feel I even get giddy just remembering that feeling. And every time I am not feeling myself, or I need to just remember who I am, I could go back to one of her poetry classes. So the reason why this also made me so happy is because what I used to do was, this is when I started my solo dating journey as well. So going to a restaurant by yourself can be a bit scary, right? So what I would do is I'd take my laptop with me, or my iPad, whichever device, and I'd go to the restaurant, whichever restaurant I want to go to. I would order something to eat and something to drink, and then I'd take out my headphones and my laptop and I'd listen to her class. I'd watch the recording of her class. So, and then I used to keep the slips, what do you call them? The bill from the restaurant, and I just used to write on there which poetry class I had, which poetry class equal to that restaurant. And I used to take notes in my poetry journal as well, and then I would write which restaurant I was at and which day. So that experience really just made me come home to myself and made me feel so sexy, because I really wanted 2024 to be the year where I was just feeling so sexy, so confident in who I am, and her classes really helped me with that. Okay, so the next one is, I literally wrote, having the idea to go to freaking New York and Paris and Tony Robbins, and then actually doing it within the space of a month. That made me so happy, because it was firstly the thought, when I had the thought, I think in the middle of the night, when I had the thought, it brought me so much joy I could not even sleep, and then making it happen within the space of a month. The reason why it brought me joy was because there's so many times where you get excited, I get excited about this idea or this thought or this place I want to go to, and then I'd speak to someone about it, or I think about the cost of it or the date, etc., and then I just talk myself out of it. But this one, I had the idea and then I made it happen. The next one is being present for that 1 to 2 months every day, just listening to my intuition. So the reason why I say 1 to 2 months and being present is because there was this, I think it was September and October, I was reading this book by Joe Dispenza, I think it is Becoming Supernatural. I think that's what the book is called, and it just really taught me to be present. And the way I did that was I would go on my walks and I would experience the walk for what it is. I would do work and I'd do like one task at a time, and it just made me feel so at peace with everything that I was doing. And that is really something that I would want to continuously practice. I'm actually practicing it right now towards the end of this December, just being present, because we can often like freak ourselves out or about the future, or get so excited about the future that you forget to just appreciate like where you are right now. The number 4 is when I ran my first 10k. Oh my gosh, again, like it was something that I always wanted to do. I wanted to do it the previous year, but I didn't have anyone to do it with. And the exciting part for me, again, it was doing something that I wanted to do and not waiting for anyone and just doing it. I felt so free. So you can see a pattern here. When I do things, when I'm not waiting for people and when I'm doing things by myself, I'm my most happiest. Okay, the next one is getting that cool parking spot. Like, hello, upgrade. That's what I wrote. So I got a new office, which is like a massive office. It's probably 4 times bigger than my previous office, but which is very cool. But the coolest thing was getting the really cool parking spot. It's like it just made my the little girl in me corporate dreams come true when I got that, like the massive like office with the big windows. It reminded me of like Jessica in Suits. And then I also got like the really cool parking spot. That made me so happy when I got that parking spot. Okay, the next one is taking myself on solo sushi dates for lunch on Wednesdays. So I had, for like probably half of the year, I had this ritual where every Wednesday I take myself to lunch, 1 to 2 or 12 to 1 at the sushi restaurant. It was very affordable, and it was like this massive restaurant, and no one would come there on a random Wednesday, so I would go there and I felt like I had the entire restaurant to myself. No matter what, I took myself, and that's really like where my best ideas came from. So I would use that time to either do some work if I needed to, or to create my vision board for the month. Okay, the next one is going to the Zeitmarker Museum. Again, it was one of those things that like, oh, I want to go, no one to go with, let me just do it myself. And I had like really, really cool moments, cool experiences at that museum. I think I went like 3 times this year, and I went like, I've gone like before, but I just love like that whole vibe, the whole like contemporary art, the way like the structure is. It's just so like a different thing to experience where I live. The next one is like the gifts that I received this year. So be it like poetry books, be it like reading books, getting to my office, finding a cookie there. I feel like every Thursday at my office, like I would arrive and on my desk would be like a gift. I am so grateful for all the gifts that I received this year. Not so much because of like the gifts. I mean, the gifts were beautiful, but the fact that someone was like thinking about me, I'm just so grateful for that. Okay, the next one is the first YNL event. Oh my gosh, there is nothing like your first experience of something. Like seriously, if you can experience something for the first time, just like go and enjoy it, because there's nothing like the first time in experiencing something. The first YNL event we hosted in Cape Town at the Mowbray Golf Club. I mean, the fact that we got the Mowbray Golf Club, I was like, what? Like, this is so fancy. And then seeing people walk in, like that was just like, the fact that people paid money to get a ticket to enter into the event was just mind-blowing. When I saw the first person walk in, I can still remember exactly who it was, and I was like so emotional in my dress. The next one is arriving at the Louvre in Paris. Oh my gosh, Paris is really like where I belong. It's where my heart is. And when I went back to Paris after my New York trip, I took a train straight to the Louvre, and I remember walking through that gates and seeing the Louvre at like 8 o'clock in the morning. It was just stunning. The building is so stunning there. Number 11 is going for walks. I still do that. Like now in December, I've been doing it like twice a day. I'd maybe do 2 walks. I do a run and a walk, and I've been increasing the distance or the time that I walk. And I've really, it's not that much. Like my running is more about the distance and the time, but my walks has been about like, when am I ready to go back home? Meaning like, when have I processed everything in my mind? Going on those walks have gotten me like the best ideas, had helped me make the best decisions, had helped me like have the best conversations. So I definitely encourage you to do that if you can. Number 12 is having my manager listen to me and implement my suggestions. There was one suggestion that I had made to my manager, but I really had suggested it because the other managers were saying that they would really be grateful if, you know, if something had happened, this particular thing that they wanted to happen. And I think that one of my gifts is like listening to people and seeing how I can support them. So the way I could support them was by suggesting something to my manager, and 2 days later he executed on that thing, and everyone felt like the effects of that. So at the end of the day, like, yes, I did feel so grateful that he had listened, because we all want to feel heard, right? But I was so much more happy that everyone else felt the effects of him listening. So yeah, I hope he knows that. Anyway, the next one is the YNL, the next level online workshops, and the feedback and the happiness on the ladies' faces. Oh my gosh, what I mean by that is, so we would often have these online workshops, and we'd put people in breakout rooms, and when they connect with each other, like when they come back from the breakout room, oh my gosh, it's like a different level of energy, no matter which day, no matter which time. And it's like they wouldn't want to leave the call because they're having so much fun. And number 14 is going on this mountain getaway with my boyfriend. We went, he booked us a place, like he wouldn't tell me where the place was. I just knew it was like somewhere in a mountain, I guess, and it was like at the highest point of this one mountain, and the place was just so stunning. It was my ideal place that I would never even think about hiring, so that was amazing. And then number 15 is then going on another getaway with him, and then it was right after a YNL coffee event that we had. So what I realized in writing that is I like doing like things right after each other. So the same like so we had the YNL coffee date, and then by the time I got back, he had packed everything for us, and we were on our way to our getaway, which was our second getaway, which I love. Like I love that vibe, and that's the same thing that I did with my New York. I had the event on the Sunday, and then on the Saturday, but the Sunday I was off flying to New York. Number 16 is flying to Johannesburg for our first ever YNL Johannesburg event. And then number 17 is being at a freaking Johannesburg YNL event. Then I have going to dinner at this really cool restaurant in Johannesburg. We had a work trip in Johannesburg, and I got my own hotel room. Obviously, I know it's so obvious, but to me, like I get so excited when I get my own hotel room. Like clearly I love spending time by myself. The previous year we had also gone on a similar work trip, and I was so, like the table, like couldn't believe that I've never had a hotel room to myself, and I was so excited about it. And then last year when we went, obviously the same thing, and I just like I'm just so excited to have a hotel room by myself. And I ordered like a room service for the first time. Oh my gosh, I ordered it because I'm not sure if I really wanted fries or if I just wanted the experience of room service. Okay, and then number 19 is being treated like a queen. I really feel this year that the people in my life like just treated me like pure magic, I would say. I have like some incredible people in my life. I have women that make me feel like a queen. I have my family that makes me feel so important. I have other like really incredible relationships with everyone that I have a relationship with. They just make me feel like I am so important, and I hope that I get to make them feel that same way as well. Okay, the next one is saying my salary be adjusted, because obviously I set salary goals. And I was able to manifest the salary goal that I wanted. So grateful for that. You should set salary goals if you have not. The next one, 21, is going on a baboon getaway with my family. That's what I wrote. Okay, so we go to this holiday house, and it was so incredible. And then on our way out, our house got raided with baboons, or by baboons rather. Our house got raided by baboons, and we will never go back again. At least I say so now, because it's been like a couple of months later. But when I just think about it, I literally had nightmares, like not even like an expression. I actually had nightmares after that experience, but it just made me happy to be with them, to be like in a house, like living with them for the weekend. Number 22 is having laughs with my team. Oh my gosh, both my teams that I have, the Next Level team and my team at the office. I like love those moments where my team and I, like, we're just laughing. It's the best for me. Number 23 is the way one of my team members and my manager arranged my birthday celebration. Oh my gosh, a quarterly company update was put in place to celebrate my birthday. Like, never mind the company update, like, everyone, you are arriving for my birthday. That was like, I couldn't believe that was happening. And then there were about, I feel like it was maybe 12 managers, team members that were saying like really kind things like about me and to me. I really wish that someone had recorded that. And it was just like, it was so magical that they had thought about it, that they put that together for me. Like, what more could I want? And then the last one is the YNL career and leadership event that we had. I literally wrote, oh my god, next level shit, because it totally was. Like, it was, all our events were amazing, but that event was just like next level. Like, we had to work through like limiting beliefs, because that event was bigger. We filled out the room to maximum capacity. The people that were in the room were like, they were just like so incredible. The community that arrived, like they prep, it was just like, it was next level shit, I guess. So that is my 24 things that made me happy in 2024. I'm sure that there are several other things. I'm sure I could write 100. I just wanted to do 24 because I thought it's easy enough, and I hope that this episode motivates you to write your own list. I would so love it if you would share it with me. And yeah, if you got to this point in the episode, let me know which episode that you would like me to record next for 2025. Happy holidays and happy New Year. Until next time, I will chat to you in the next episode. Bye.